In ancient African tradition, the griot is an elder in the village who during gatherings would speak of history through poetry and song. After an illustrious 55-year career in the music industry, including 3 Grammy Awards, the Order of Distinction, the Order of Jamaica, and the Order of Merit, as well as 3 American Keys to the City for his outstanding work in the fields of music and culture, it is truly a blessing that the Honorable Neville O'Reilly Livingston is still outliving his accolades. Internationally, he is known as Bunny Wailer. The man himself, affectionately known by family, friends, and fans as Jabi, still walks among us. Here he shares the history of his musical journey, from the Wailers to his own successful solo career. Follow his experience with the indigenous Jamaican music genres, ska, rocksteady, and the globally renowned reggae.
Yash! Greetings to all of the wonderful people of the world who love reggae music and love the Wailers, which included Robert Nesta Marley, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and yours truly, Bunny Wailer. And I'm right now in St. Ann. This is where it all began.
Bunny Wailer was born in Jamaica's capital city, Kingston. He knew his father, Thaddeus Livingston, or Taddishot as he was called, as an astute businessman and major player in the then underground marijuana industry. Taddishot was a trader and cultivator, which led him to the beautiful, fertile, and remote hills of 9 Mile St. Ann when young Jabi was about 7 years old.
High grade. High grade is my specialty. Used to rap it for my father, used to be in there doing all the dealings with what I had to do as a son, relating to his father, doing his work, helping, assisting. So all of my existence was with high grade in my early time.
Thaddeus was a ladies' man. While in 9 Miles, he got acquainted with several women and fathered children with some of them, including Cedella Malcolm Booker, mother of international reggae megastar Robert Marley, more popularly known as Bob Marley. Thaddeus and Cedella share a child together, Pearl Livingston.
Well, my father is a coxman. I don't know if you understand what that means. You know what that means? Coxman have a lot of children. So even my father was a coxman. St. Anne's know my father as a coxman.
I go and dance on 9 Mile and some man. Time I live at Delaware. And a guy named Buster Brown down there have a dance down in shop at the bottom of the hill where them call All Hill. They take for go for Bob Marley. So while me there on a party, then a friend and this and that. The next thing a man said to me, say, you know, so you have 2 sisters up there. You have 2 sisters. So I have a sister up there. If me have sisters up there, would I know them? Man, I say, yeah, I tell you, so you have 2 sisters up there. I tell the man now, and named Buster Brown. But him should know because his brother live at Delaware too. And me remember the days when we used to go there when me a boy. So you know him saying, a man go call him. And that's when me know Millicent and Vinette.
You know, Pearl was Miss Booker's first daughter, you know, with my dad. She didn't have any more daughters. She had sons, but no daughters. You know, I was about 7, Robert was about 9, and we both went to the Stepney Elementary School, you know, where we developed our educational pattern to be who we are educationally, that we are now teaching.
Teachers they would become indeed. Of all the women Taddishot got acquainted with, there was something special between him and Cedella Booker, as she moved with her children to Trenchtown, where Taddy had moved to after leaving 9 Miles. Trenchtown was buzzing with music and culture. As a child in 9 Miles, Bunny would play his bamboo guitar and sing songs including country folk classic 7 Lonely Days for his friends.
7 lonely days make one lonely week.
In Trenchtown, however, Bob was the first to be bitten by the professional music bug. He wrote his first composition, then encouraged Bunny to pen his first tune, Pass It On, remembering Bunny's early days with his bamboo guitar.
The music, reggae, scat, rocksteady, began in Trenchtown. Robert Marley sang first. Judge not before you judge yourself. Robert Marley first sung for Beverly's. But all of his vision, hope, and aspiration was to see the Wailers form. Peter Tosh came from his country, Savlamar, and he came to Kingston to live, and there and then the Wailers started. Junior Brathwaite and Beverly Kelso, along with us, started the Wailers. And the Wailers, in that time, was coached and trained by Joe Higgs of Higgs and Wilson, and Joe Higgs really gave us the kind of lesson that the world has come to full joy coming from the Wailers. And although Joe Higgs is not here, I give maximum respect unto Joe Higgs.
It may not sound like a reggae now, but it is. Every day my heart is sore, seeing that I'm so poor. I shall not give up so easy no more. There's a reward for me. There's a reward for me. Though I'm burdened down with shame, there's no one for me to blame. But I shall not give up so easy, no. There's a reward for me. Everybody say, there's a reward for me.
The origins of their signature wail. In 1963, the Wailers auditioned for Clement Coxon Dodd, founder of Studio One record label, who instantly produced their first #1 record, Simmer Down. This was followed up with the classic debut album, The Wailing Wailers, in 1965, also produced by Studio One, accompanied by the ska supergroup, The Scatterlights. As the Wailers' music grew, they became more of a family than a singing group.
Let me say, I go to one store. I look at you with my father, with a Western Garden, upon Bramley. And Baba and Bunny are thief the car. And I rain hard. But I never think the start on our work. So them say, I steer. So them say, steer, but turn down, upon Colville Avenue. So I'm saying, steer, come out of the yard, man. I say, all right. They say, when I say juke it, just juke it. They say, juke it, and juke it and start. So I say, drop the handbrake. So I pull up the handbrake. So I'm going at the back seat. They say, come out of this blouse and skirt and go back at the yard. My father can't go. So, say, that's that. So all the time when them about, son, as I look at you, I grew up, it was fun.
She Pearl was just a little baby. We had to change. Tonight was my night. Tomorrow night was Bob's night. The next night was Peter's night. So we all took care of Pearl. Yeah, all you Central people must know that.
Them time the Ziggy about 2 and me about 7. Where I play ball on the First Street.
When me and Bob get linked like we know Bob like, that time them farm group at Trenchtown. Right? Them farm up group. Tata is a man who used to help Bob take care of him. When Bob and his stepmother couldn't get along with, it was Danny mother car. He said, I'm a Rastafari, and she decides she have a cook pork and him not eat no pork and Bob move out and they're on Tata and live in our kitchen. Yeah, that time Bob, Bunny and Peter are rehearse and people are coming on the rehearsal and sit down and listen to the tune them and excitement and turn out in a big session after a while. So we used to just go over and them rehearse and Tata have impression album. So them used to rehearse after. That's the album where them do all of the tune them with. The impressions them do, the best of the impressions or what have you.
Years later, Peter fell in love with one of Bunny's sisters. Together, their union produced Wailer's nephew, Andrew Tosh. Bunny Livingston, now referred to as Bunny Wailer by the Trenchtown community, was due not only to his deep family ties in the group's foundation, but to his constant pursuit of the group's agenda and passion for their overall well-being.
So I know it's those with the good heart, and I mean, Brother Bunny, I tell you, it's been a great pleasure to have you here. This morning is like Bob visiting me again.
Yes.
Because when I feel your presence, I feel his.
Yes.
And you know, I know that unity is strength, and I know that his spirit is right here, and we appreciate everything, and he's happy to see you here beside me because he's a part of you and you are part of him.
It was Bunny Wailer who stepped up by writing and singing lead to sustain the group's relevance with Constantine Vision Walker during Robert's mission in Delaware.
I work for Chrysler Part Division, Mopart. I work in Newark, Delaware. During the time of inventory, Bob was around, asked me to get a job. Personal manager was Bill Todd. I went to him and he gave Bob a job and gave a job to a guy named Richard Love, both of them. So he want to know which one of them was my brother. I tell him Bob was my brother, but Rex Love was a good friend. So he hired both of them right there and then. So Bob worked there for quite a few months. It was really inventory. They're doing inventory at the plant at the time. He was buying instruments at the time and trying to settle down to come back to Jamaica.
No one could bring bad vibes to any Wailers once Bunny was around. He was also very protective of his community and helped them in any way he could. He believed they were the backbone of the Wailers and therefore even Wailers themselves. He became a man of the people. However, Jabi was to be separated from his people, his group, and his family to experience life behind bars.
Police is the thing that we all have to look out for because we burn high grade. And when you burn high grade, it's like you are, you're next. Because if they hang on to you, you're going down. So I used to really be focusing on high grade. High grade is my specialty. Well, Tata now is a brethren where we all love and respect. Robert Marley wrote some of his songs and put it in Tata's name. Woman No Cry was in Tata's name, So Tata was a brethren that we all loved and respected, just like how he loved and respected the Wailers. Yeah, because in those days, police raided Trenchtown quite often. Today I was there at Trenchtown, at Tata, but Tata was in the hospital. And the brothers were doing things for Tata, like selling his herb, and I was there just focusing on an evening at Tata's place because Planner was where we used to be, and I stopped going to Planner, so That was when I, was focusing on getting back myself to where I normally would have been, and that is Tata's place. And while at Tata's place, the police raided, because one of the brothers, Puku, took the herb from where Tata put it and brought it out into the open to sell a little half. And the police stayed out of the street, seen him selling the half, come in, hold on to him, to charge him for the whole bag, because the half was along now with the whole bag, to charge him for the whole bag. And that was when I too was charged and sentenced to prison.
He served it like a soldier, even picking up cricket titles and boxing championships along the way. Taddishot actually attended a cricket match where Bunny struck a half century and the ball went directly under Taddishot's seat, which he picked up and threw back onto the field. Years later, Bunny would discover that his case was actually dismissed, yet he served the sentence. But from all things good can flow, as it was during his time in prison that Wailer wrote the widely popular Battering Down sentence and wailed in the halls of the Richmond Farm Adult Correctional Facility.
Battering down Satan. All live long day, fighting against conviction. Now a fugitive at large. Could this be my destiny? With no one to care for the welfare of no one to care for the welfare of my family. In solitude I found new faith and hope and without being secure. My mind and soul would soon be.
I believe Jabi in prison learned to hold his own, because he have a certain survival instinct where him can sniff out people from far out. I bring people around him and him tell me, say, oh, them two people there, or that one person there, don't trust them, they're not there around him. And him not have no conversation, I don't know them. Years later, me'll find out, say, them people left for go. So, and he went to prison for ganja, but it didn't deter him from his love. I think it gave him a drive to agitate more. In 2014, Jabi did a ganja march, and this is when ganja, decriminalized, it no legal, no nothing. And Jabi had a parade of Rastafari smoking ganja and chanting through the streets of Kingston with police escort.
One of the main attributes to Bunny Wailer and his career with the Wailers was his business mind. The Wailers had a record shop on Beeston Street, and he was sure the operations were running like a well-oiled machine. The Wailers started the first local artist-owned label, Wailin' Soul M, in 1966. They later founded the Tough Gong label to distinguish their export releases. Their logo carried the symbol of 3 hands, each representing a member, holding the arms of another, making a diamond of unity. After the internationally acclaimed Catch a Fire and Burning albums for Island Records and the success that followed, Bunny Wailer decided to stop touring, risking stardom for his Rastafari faith. After the Burning and Catch a Fire tour, Peter also decided against touring. This was widely viewed as the breaking up or disbanding of the Wailers. The Wailers, however, never broke. To show their continued unity, they headlined the 1975 concert Reunited in Jamaica alongside the Jackson 5 and in October of the same year with Stevie Wonder. It was also in 1975 when Bunny recorded his debut album. Bob, Peter, Carly and Aston sang and played respectively on the project. The Wailers decided to support each other as solo artists while promoting the Tough Gang label as their united front.
He really misses his brothers. We will never understand the relationship that they had, growing up as a family, suffering together, rising together. I remember a dream Jabi shared that him and Peter was outside of the National Stadium and they were lifting a man, carrying him out of the stadium, a man that was distraught because he said he saw Bob, and Peter said, no, Bob dead, and Jabi and Peter going to the stadium and them see a man who resemble Bob, so Peter go up to the man and him inspect the man, and there's a special name of Bob called Peter, I think it's Perks, so him would say, Perks, and Jabi said Peter just jump on him and just hug him up, and then look on him. And then him just hug him up. And Jabi say him wake up from that dream there. Him pillow wet with tears. So I really feel it for him, man, because I can only imagine if it was my brother that, we see so much future with each other, doing this, doing that, talking and planning, and, they're just gone,
It was after Bob's passing in 1981 he sang his last album, Bunny Wailer Sings the Wailers, for Island Records. He departed the label as his relationship with Blackwell soured. Bunny vowed after his Island Records departure to release his own music and thereby owning his masters on his already registered Solomonic label. His first feat came in promoting one of the most historic concerts in Jamaica, Youth Consciousness in 1982, staged by Solomonic Productions at the National Stadium. Between 1976 to 1982, Jabi released 3 solo albums, Blackheart Man, Protest and Bunny Wailer Sings the Wailers. 6 long years, and then for the first time since the Wailers and the first time as a solo artist in his hometown of Kingston, Jamaica, he presented the Youth Consciousness Show featuring fellow Wailer Peter Tosh alongside Jimmy Cliff, Judy Mowat and Marcia Griffiths, and would serve as a gathering for the musical family of the late Robert Nesta Marley.
Well, at this time, I'd like going as this one dedicated to the man and them children. Well, I have to live on, and I works can't die. For that a sound of Jah will come out of I and I. Well, at this time, I'd like attempt to do a music still. Woman no cry, yes upon this. I dream, me I dream.
Tea in Trench Town. Oh, yeah. And my good little brother would make some firelight. I remember. And we burn some bush in the night to drive away mosquitoes.
We did a show, me and my kids them and my wife. Bunny have a bus, we park on the field there. And the rain a come and a go and a come and a go. So in the morning about 7 o'clock back, Bunny up on stage. Jabby at the headline up on the show. And you have Sly and Robbie, a master for them drum, and you have a guy named Style Rotterdam. He's a drummer too. Him and film group was Radical.
How does it reach to have been on the ballroom floor? Or do you feel like you would have rocked some more? For a strictly FYADUB for sure. And the dope and the wax, yellow. Yeah now. So just count in your weary, but you've got to stay away. And you waste like a dream, you wouldn't give it a break. With you round the whirling, and you roll back to being. You heavy skanking, and you take like jam.
One of the things I rate mostly about my father is the fact that I could see that footage. Because that footage is nowhere, I've seen it nowhere on YouTube. It's a very historic moment as well. And the fact that he not only invested in producing such a show, he also invested in capturing the show. And he invested in preserving the tapes. So he invested in his own history and the history of reggae music. And to even see my mother, my mother as a young lady on stage dancing. Because, I don't know what she doing there. She came to Jamaica to design for Jimmy Cliff's tour, and she ended up on stage with the dandada.
Them say we ain't innocent like Johnny, but the dandada now give up the struggle. Sometimes the dandada will go a jail, but remember say dandada must get killed. And when they got them call me dandada, in a little to me and everyone father, grandpa, grandma, big mama, and baby. Everyone they call me the dandada. So children, where have you been to? What did the teacher was to? Will you walk me again? Yes, mama. Danda. We hear to siren danda. You walk out the street danda. Danda. You no stop and shut out danda. Danda. You are the one with the cow danda. Danda.
Hey, the mix.
Well, I'm going to get the part the next. Well, I'm going to start this and then get a little into it.
Start tuning up right now.
Is that right?
Yes.
Alright, move on.
Bunny Wailer is a champion of the Rastafari faith. He has not only talked about reparations and repatriation in his songs and interviews, but he has funded bingies, conferences, events, and marches to continue the awareness about the works of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie and the tenets of Marcus Garvey. In his daily life, he practices the kindness and compassion of Rastafari, teaching people through his action.
As a Nyabingi elder, he upheld the Rastafari faith to a high degree, something that I've never really experienced in the roots reggae music industry. An artist who lived so precisely his faith, and made most of his decisions in relation to his choices were first governed by his faith. It made him be very kind. He was not very interested in money. I mean, he needed a lot of money because he had a lot of people that he felt that he must support. And every corner you would just hear stories while you were parked there of what Jabi has done and meant for them, their community, Painland, Trenchtown, 3 Miles, everywhere. He was like, I don't know, like the Don Dada he speaks of. A lot of women also spoke about, him sending their children to school.
Boniwela the Giver has always sought to believe in the good in people, but he is also the consummate disciplinarian.
More time, Jabby, your father him no change. Oh, if him ever come, hey, nobody do nothing wrong. Cause I give you some beating, you never get a lap beating, to him lap your son, left your bottom over there, son, hold the neck over so you never get another beating. Oh, see, what are you talking about? Yeah, everybody eat, she get beaten, everybody say, I beat never. When I'm coming, everybody get quiet.
Yeah, man, as a child, Jabby used to just talk and you start balling, just do him. Because when Jabby start talking, all the clouds them get dark, lightning here flashing, all kind of thing. I wonder, wow, man.
I would say like a fire spirit. I have met a lot of people in my life, culturally, who have what they call hot spirits. And I saw him as one of those who immediately, as something came that they didn't like or he didn't like, this fiery aggressiveness would come across. But because I understood fire spirits and understood the other genuine part of him in terms of his kindness and his laughter and his, humor, and his regaling us with all these, stories that would make you laugh, you got to see that it was a hard shell to a soft person. And it served him well.
It keeps on burning. It keeps on burning. It keeps on burning, burning, burning in my soul. Just love. It is like a burning fire. Keep on burning in my soul. Just love. It is my one desire. It is not set so long far. Never wrong, for your foot.
As a pioneer in the development of Jamaica's musical genres, Jabi is well loved. He has been honored by his peers and his nation.
Continuing, he has just been getting more accolades regarding his work, and as we keep pushing it forward, he was able to get an Order of Merit in 2017. Various awards that the government have been giving out for reggae music, the UNESCO award. Just recently, he got the Jaria award this year.
Boniwela epitomizes authenticity, being led only by truth and his passion for music and culture. Fearlessly choosing at all times to be true to himself, his talent remarkable, his faith unending, his spirit larger than his stature. A hero to his family, the stories of his triumphs are many.
Okay, my recollection, we live on the second floor down in 2nd Street, Trenchtown. And I guess them send me crawl out to the roof, on the rooftop, and fall off. It's a good thing Jabby was sitting outside on the wall next to with the bread with them. And then see me I roll off the top and run and catch me. Him say, man, hit the ground. But see me live and well, nothing never wrong with me. Them can't give me ice cream. I am 56 years old last month. Enough respect to my bigger brother. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. I owe everything to him. Here, love you, bro.
I think Bunny have 13,000 people come to Madison. During the time, everybody come to the garden. They never had not show the garden before. Them have shown at the Fell Forum, like a side place in the garden there. When Will has done with the show, them up on a curfew time. That is $5,000 if you go over the curfew time. Well, boy, when Bunny done the show, and me a dung pan because me the on stage at the time, man. And I tell him to come off, and him no one come off because the show nice up the place now, and Wales I feel good. And people, them and white man on the side, who in charge of the garden, So that's all right. Make him go on. Boy, them give Bunny extra time and give him that day there as film day in New York. Bunny Whalers day that.
A well-rooted father, he believes in the advancement of his children.
A nurturing, kind, warm-hearted man. He was a great provider, big on education, a disciplinarian. Who I am today is because of him.
Jabi is now conquering a recent stroke, taking a break from the stage. Now he blazes the fire by producing a tribute project for the 50th anniversary of Soul Rebel, reinterpreting the works of the Wailers catalogue through the new group, the Wailers Trio, comprising of his son Asadinaki Wailer, Black Hero, and Written.
Currently, Bunny Wailer and I are producing the Soul Rebel 50th anniversary project, where we have re-recorded 6 tracks from the Soul Rebel and Soul Revolution albums in anticipation of the 50th anniversary of the Catchify album for 2023. So basically it's a 3-year project. And the driver for that project is the group, the Wailers Trio, where we've just completed the recording of the EP, which should be out very soon, with J Edge, the producer, and looking forward to going global with this to continue the promotion of the Wailers' legacy.
Jabi is enigmatic, known for being led by his spirit with money and material things not his central focus. His spirit led him to stop touring on the brink of international stardom. That same spirit led him to owning his catalog, sacrificing his popularity by no longer signing to major labels. It was that same ancestral spirit that led him to the ways of Rastafari and living for his people, for his community. The spirit of the Blackheart man.
No place for the new, for the new. And the stone at the head of the corner are the same ones that the builders refuse. Ooh, hear me when I say now that it's the Blackheart man children. I said don't go near him, to get the Blackheart man children. For even lions fear him, to get the Blackheart man children. I said don't go near him, to get the Blackheart man children. For even lions fear him.